If a car is missing one small semiconductor, that car and an entire industry can be held up. From medical equipment to children's pain relievers, Canada's supply chains by land and sea and air have been plugged up and are in desperate need of an overhaul, says a new task force report.
If we want to improve Canadian lives, we need to be better trade partners.
Canada's supply chain woes came to the fore during the pandemic, with blocked borders and labour shortages. But the economy still feels the effects from insufficient supplies and now inflation. Climate change and weather disasters disrupt supply chains, as does geopolitics, from sanctions on Russia to food shortages out of Ukraine. The report says what Canada can do is ease port container congestion and labour shortages and create a new supply chain office to coordinate strategy.
That government work with industry to identify choke points and weaknesses where infrastructure needs to be developed or improved.
Ottawa says change is coming to make Canadian life more affordable.
We are going to ease congestion and bottlenecks at ports, use digital technology in the supply chain, and modernize regulations to make it easier and more efficient to move goods.
But the supply chain is just one area of the economy hit hard this year. The price of food and the price of gas have caused inflation to soar. A new home is out of reach for many who now face steep borrowing costs. The Bank of Canada's interest rate, that remained low and relatively steady the last decade, has been raised 5 times, 3 full points in just over 6 months. Central banks around the world are raising interest rates, creating an increasingly gloomy outlook for the global economy.
It's quite possible we could see a recession in the United States, and Canada being a small, open economy, a trading economy, we will import the weakness that is outside of our borders.
Add to that another interest rate hike expected later this month, and Canadians are in for a bumpy ride. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.